60 seconds so other people trickle in, just in case someone has a question. Maybe I could even book their flight for them to make sure things looking good. I just pulled up the pop-out chat to the side. That was my chat. Alright, let's get started. What's up, Dragon Ball fam? It's your boy, Eddie saying hello there. Team Phil, ex-GPG, team captain, ex-judge. Coming at you live with a video of how to get you guys to knots. Sorry if I sound weird. It's a chunk missing out of my tongue. I'm gonna do my best to still enunciate so you guys can hear exactly what I'm saying. So real quick, Nats got announced, right? There's a lot of anticipation, a lot of anxiety of how to get to Nats because the perception of the West Coast is that it's expensive, it's next to impossible to get there, shut down, all that good stuff, right? Realistically speaking, you can say that about anywhere. Yeah, flights may be a little higher, but honestly, right now is the time to get it. I travel a lot, right? For this game, for military, for life in general, I just travel a lot back and forth. I'll tell you right now, dates outside of those peak dates such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holiday dates, right? You can get them. The cheapest you can get them is if you book 3 months in advance, up to 30 days in advance. If you wait until the last 3 weeks, that's when prices infinitely spike. So the latest I get these tickets would be within 30 days of the event. Now, with that being said, just because I say it's the latest you can get them doesn't mean they're not going to still go up. Like I said, the earlier you get them, up to 3 months, it'll just stay a stagnant thingy, a stagnant price. It won't go up. So let's get into it. I guess I'll do mine first. The site I love to use, honestly speaking, is Google Flights, because Google Flights uses a lot of the major airports and smaller airports and puts them together in this one big old beautiful here. I make sure this is actually on Twitch. All right, cool. You guys can follow with me. This one big old thing where we're just looking for flights together. Now, before we start just looking for flights, right? I'm gonna need you guys to see my face again. Before you guys just start blindly looking for flights, there's a few tips and tricks you should know. Number one, yes, the event is on Saturday and Sunday. Number one, you never want to fly in the day of the event or very, very close to the event, i.e. Marcel Russell, how he missed Nats the first Nationals because something happened with his plane and he just missed it. So no, you never want to fly too close. So realistically speaking, the latest I would personally fly in would be Friday afternoon, because if you do literally flying on Friday, if anything happens to that flight, you'll get in there Saturday morning, and you don't want to be rushing Saturday morning from the airport all the way to that event. Here's things that's going to happen, right? So with that being said, I want you guys to expand your horizon. What I'm about to say. Number one, you should only be flying to nationals if you're like across the state. If you're within the West Coast / close to that area, explore your options. You have Amtrak, you have Greyhound, a bus. Yes, I said it, guys. These are cheaper options, right? But I guess I can make a video for those another day and just bring you to options. You don't have to fly out there. And if you're in the area too, you can also drive. Now, this video is going to be more tailored to the people that it's just not feasible, right? To either drive, it's not feasible to drive to do any of the good stuff. You have to fly. The biggest thing about flying is this is the biggest thing besides the do it early. That's the number one. You can't beat that. The earlier you do it, up to 3 months in advance, the cheaper it'll be. Is your dates. If you fly on Friday, understand Friday is a highly demanded flying day. Prices are going to be up, right? So if you guys are flexible, the cheapest day you can get your tickets, it's usually midday or midweek, which is Wednesday/Thursday. Wednesday is usually the cheapest, but Thursday for a majority of the airports, they also follow the Wednesday prices. But Wednesday is usually the cheapest time you can get it. Now you're saying, hey Eddie, I understand it's cheap to go on Wednesday, but where am I gonna stay? Honestly speaking, sometimes a lot of the prices that you're going to pay for a Friday flight will equal what you would spend at a hotel if you were to leave a day earlier. You see what I'm saying? So I want you guys to, we're going to do this all together. So I'm going to go an example and do like if I'm booking from Florida to show you guys what I'm saying. You want to look, the primary day is Wednesday. Look at it Thursday. Look at it Friday. You can come in on Thursday night, like a late. Those are like the cheapy flights, the ones that no one wants because no one wants to take them. Right? The flights probably leave at 11 p.m. and they'll get there like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. Right? No one wants to take those flights, so those flights are gonna be dirt cheap. Things like that. There's a lot of ways to get those flights. And like I said, Wednesday, Thursday to leave. What else is there? I'm just gonna debunk this notion of flights really quick, and then I'm gonna get to the comments because I see there's a lot of comments going on. I'm gonna debunk the notions of all these flight airlines. So Spirit gets a bad rep. JetBlue sometimes gets a bad rep. There's a lot of airlines that get a bad rep and all this good stuff. But honestly speaking, those reps become from their low fee, right? Like, yes, you can get dirt cheap prices from those airports, but it's not that they can't fly. That's not why they get it. The reason why they get that bad rep of, hey, it's cheap for X reason is because of those bare flight minimums, right? Now, what they will get you is with your what's his face? With your baggage. Now, for your bags, honestly speaking, you're going to an event to play your card game, right? We're all going to have fun with each other and chill with each other to play our card game. You do not need a carry-on bag, guys. Go to Amazon, go to Walmart, go wherever, and go get you a backpack. You guys see me at events. You guys seen the backpack that I have. You can even go to Amazon or just Google a airport legal personal bag backpack, and it'll come up with a bunch of different options. As a matter of fact, let's do it right now together so I can show you an example. So let's just put backpack airline carry-on. Bam, you see it literally just pops up. And these bad boys right here, there's just death resist, like things that people just can't get in easily and all that good stuff. Like they're really cheap, good $40, a solid $50. You can fit all of your toothbrush, deodorant. Don't forget those guys. Toothbrush, deodorant, deck box, and like one or two pair of clothes. You're gonna have one on you. All you need is one or two pair of clothes. That's it. Like honestly speaking, when I go to events, I have the outfit that I'm on me right now. I have one other outfit because I'm only going to go to the event. And then I'll have my toothbrush, toothpaste, and my deck box and my stuff. Stop bringing all of these extra big old bags like you're going on vacation. Yes, you're going out, but you're going out to go compete. You're not going out to go explore Cali. I mean, you may, but I'm not going to get there because this is just, all right, focusing. I'm not going to get to competitive spirit. But this is for to fly for Nats. If you want to enjoy Cali, you want to spend extended time there, do that on your personal time. If you're going there to enjoy the Nationals experience, guys, bring a backpack. Now, if you bring a backpack, those airlines that do those bare flight minimums, you won't have an issue for it because nothing will get you. A lot of people get got by bringing these big old bags, and then at the gate, they get hit with a $65 bag fee, the $75 bag fee, and it's like, yo, what just happened? And this is each time you go to the airline itself. So bring a backpack, and you'll be good to go. So let's start by making these flights, right? Another thing you guys have to know is know your surrounding areas. I personally live in West Palm Beach. I know the West Palm Beach airport is kind of pricey. It's kind of fancy, all that good stuff. So I know it's going to be a bang for his buck, right? Now, a common misconception is, hey, you have to fly into LAX. Before I book this, I'm going to show you exactly what you guys should do because the dates for Nats is the 20th and the 21st. Perfect example, right? If I fly on Wednesday. It's 2:12. So let's click this Wednesday. I'm not flying Wednesday. I think I'm flying on Thursday. And if I were to leave on Sunday, it's cheaper than I leave on Monday because obviously a lot of people want to leave on Monday. This is some things you can use just to as your tool, right, guys? So let's say, I did October. I need to do November. So November 18th. I think that's what I'm flying on anyways. November 18th. I have my options. If I can wait an extra day, I guess it's an extra $10. But if I leave Sunday, depending on what time, because obviously you don't want to miss the event, right? So if it's late night on Sunday, maybe I can leave late night on Sunday. But let's use this as an example. And before we go on, I'm going to show you a key trick really quick that I really like about Google, right? Remember what I said? I live in West Palm Beach. This is a super fun tool that I love to use on Google. So the cheapest flight I can possibly see it is $237. But if I were to drive down south, which is about 45 minutes from me, I can have an even cheaper flight, which is $99 flying from Fort Lauderdale. Now, guys, another big tool I want to show you besides changing your location is also changing the Nationals locations. Because Nationals, honestly speaking, there's 3 airports. I need you guys to see me again. There's 3 airports that are close to the convention center. Let me not say close. That are in the vicinity of the convention center. So the closest one to Pasadena Convention Center is actually Burbank Airport. And I actually have them pull up for you guys just in case you says, no, it's not, Eddie. It's right here. You guys can do this. I love doing this in the military. It's called recon, baby. So Burbank Airport is about 20 minutes away, 15.8 miles. Next airport is LAX. Now, there's been some rumors. There's been people saying some things that, hey, maybe this airport is the airport to go to, but it's more expensive. I can see that. Maybe it's an example. I told you guys I live in West Palm Beach. The PBI airport's nicer, but it's more expensive. And the third airport you can fly into is, what's the name of this? Long Beach Airport. With that being said, this is my plane ticket from Fort Lauderdale. It's not me, but it's within vicinity that I can drive, right? I can drive. I can get a parking ticket for like, I think $4 a day. So it's 100% worth it for me. I saved what, $100? What was the other one I said? The other one I said was 2 something, I believe, like 247, I believe it was. Oh, 237. So 237. That's damn near what, $90. If I change airports, that's $90. Now the parking I'm going to pay, it's for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Before times 4 is 16. Let's just put that. Let's just say $20 for parking. Now this is LAX, guys. Another thing you can do is change airports. So if LAX is too expensive, let's say I can't afford $99. Maybe I want to fly to Burbank. You see, Burbank is $266. So maybe, yes, Burbank is the closest one to the convention center, but it's a little bit more pricey, right? And this is, don't say, hey, Eddie found one the cheapest flying to LAX. Because I found one flying to LAX is my cheapest one, doesn't mean that's your cheapest one. You have to check all 3 of those things. It's Burbank, LAX, and there's also I keep forgetting Long Beach Airport. Just because LAX is cheapest for me doesn't mean it's going to be cheapest for you. LAX might be the most expensive for you, and actually Burbank might be the cheapest for you, which is plus for you because Burbank is closer to the convention center itself. Let me catch up on some comments real quick because I saw a lot before I started talking. There's a lot. What's up, my boy Coop? Mr. Bearded Vegeta says, sup. There's a bus from LAX to Pasadena. That's like $10. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. Coop. Yeah, exactly. Once you land, there's a plethora of ways you can get to the convention center, right? You can take a bus. You can take a one-time Uber, which is going to be like $30 or $40, whatever it is. You can, but for Ubers, another thing for Ubers as well, I'll just get into it when I get there because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But you're 100% correct, Coop. Brandon says, I hope we're able to at least get participation when losing and go. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Only because, I don't think they're going to deal with the hassle of shipping it to you. Hopefully they do, but I honestly don't see it. So, Coopzilla says, 4 to 8 p.m. on Friday's registration. What have you be there? Yep. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. Eddie, how do we make Jiren the best yellow deck? The yellow deck. Oh, it's my yellow Jiren. I was shooting for red Jiren. Yellow Jiren. We'll talk about that on the next team talks, I guess. If you want to talk about how you want to make deck spicy. Chris, I know what you're saying. I hope at least you get some participation, similar to But the thing for webcam, you guys are actually paying to get your stuff shipped, not the in real life event. You're not paying for that. That's why I personally don't think it's happening. But I'm not the TO, so I don't know. I'm telling you right now, as nice as I am, if I was a TO, I'm not shipping it to you because that's neg. I am losing money to ship you stuff that you should have been to get for free. That's like super neg as a TO standpoint. That's why I'm saying I personally believe they'll do it. All good. I mean, the same. Blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Caught up on the comments, right? So let's take a look back to this. We also have Long Beach. I hope you guys are getting the drift. Don't just tunnel vision in on one specific thing and say, hey, this is the price I have. So in order for me, it was LAX, Long Beach, then Burbank was the most expensive one. But for you, it could be opposite. And also don't forget, these prices may also change if I went back to PBI. Maybe if I went back to PBI, it'll be cheaper to fly in to Burbank. Because the thing about flying in from different airports is that you also have flights that are non-direct and you have flights that are direct, right? If you're flying early, you may have the time and luxury to hit these non-direct flights. I personally wouldn't do it. That's super, super. 19 hours is like, oh man. I guess I'm trying to explore a state, I guess, for an extra day because I have nothing else to do. I personally, I have wife and kids. I can't really go on trips like that just to spend money. So for me, let's just follow through because LAX was my cheapest option. Thankfully for Google, it also showed the one you're leaving from, the cheapest airport. I also have Miami. That's about 15 minutes away from, not 15 minutes, a good 15, 30 minutes away from the Fort Lauderdale airport. So that's 108, right? It's like a what, $9 difference. So for a $9 difference, I can fly in the morning, I guess. 7 a.m. And guys, don't forget the time. There's a big time difference. If you're on the East Coast, right now it is 11:49 for me. Out there in Cali, it's 9:49. 9:49. Yeah, excuse me. 9:49. Don't also forget that. So for me, I just go through Fort Lauderdale because it's the cheapest one. This is just an example. All right. So the cheapest flight, right? For instance, I would have to leave Fort Lauderdale at 9:40 p.m. and I'd get there roughly about 12:36. You guys are probably wondering, like, damn, that seems like a fast flight. But don't forget, this has the time zone. Like, this is where I'm landing in their time zone. It's going to be 3:36 where I am. But in Cali, it's 12:36. This is nonstop. So I would just click it. That'd be my departing flight. And my returning flight, the thing about, once again, my Google Flights, it does order it from the lowest price to the most expensive. I think it also does the convenient flights to like the ones that don't have the infinite stops. So once again, if I were to leave on Sunday, this is my exact flight where I'm going to Natchez. So I'm leaving at 11:45. A lot of people don't want to do it. I'm personally going to do it because I want to save my money. Not only that, I mean, Natchez is over. It's 11:45. It's not going to continue by then. So just click it. Once you click it, you can either book right here with Google or you can book with the airlines. Me personally, I would 100% recommend you guys go book with the actual company itself and open an account because most likely speaking, if you're to travel again in the future, if you open an account, you'll start accumulating these travel points. And this is one big thing I want to point about Google Flights. It shows you at the very bottom, pretty much your price range. You remember I told you guys you have with until 30 days before your event to where it just skyrockets. So if I were to just, let's say if I didn't get my ticket, right? If I had to wait the week before or like 2 days before, it's going to be over $400 because literally, this is literally showing you the timeline. Is the longer you wait, the more expensive that the flights will be. And even explains it to you right here. It says prices straight up. Prices are $124 cheaper than usual. Why is that, Eddie? Because guess what? I booked it super early. Once again, The longer you wait, the more expensive it will happen. Now, flights like this, once again, they're cheap flights. I'm telling you, they do not include a carry-on bag. This is why flights like this are so cheap. Guys, all you need for these events, once more, is a backpack, toothbrush, toothpaste, deck box, and a pair of extra clothes. Whatever you have on you, understand, hey, I'm flying in, I'm flying out. That's it. Now, in your backpack, have your uniform for game time. If you expect to go out, have one more outfit. I don't go out. I come for business and I go back home. You see what I'm saying? So I have one outfit that's on me. That's one whole outfit. In my bag, I have the uniform outfit for game day. If it's you and you're going out, you can have another outfit, alternative outfit, but make sure everything fits in that backpack. As long as everything fits in that backpack and is on your back, they'll not even look at you. It's like, okay, go on the flight. But if you're sitting there carrying bags, they're gonna start looking at you like, okay, cool. Maybe that can be a personal bag, but it looks a little bulky, my friend. Go ahead and throw that bad boy in there. If it doesn't fit, guys, at the gate, you will pay 65, 70 bucks, 60 bucks, and it has to be on a card. Like, it's not going to be fun. You're going to get wrecked. So trust me when I say this, don't do it. Let's see if you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns really quick. Let's see. We're looking to ways. Oh yeah, you guys are still talking about participation. Yeah, like that's another thing too, guys. With these events, right? Especially nationals. Yes, for me, you guys just saw that was my plane ticket that I booked. That's literally my flight when I'm leaving, when I'm coming in. It's 99 bucks. Technically speaking, if I were to look at the 99 bucks so far on this trip, my trip is free. The reason I say it's free is because nationals, don't forget, guys, last year's nationals, we had that foil set of seal cards, which is damn near 100 bucks. Like the foil being foil Nimbus and what other cards that came into it, I cannot, it escapes my mind right now. Those are the two biggest ones with the foil beans and foil Nimbuses, or Nimbi is the correct way to say it. So don't these participation and you get the mat. It's a lot of stuff coming in. So once I land into bam LAX, hey, cool Eddie, you got your flight. This is how you do it. Cool, but you're forgetting the hotel prices and how I'm gonna get from airport to event. Got you guys. Now, the most expensive thing you can do, guys, is do an Uber. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm doing an Uber because right now I worked hard enough to just be able to just do that. Like just get an Uber. Back then, when I didn't work hard enough and I was struggling, some of you guys might be struggling. It's okay to be struggling. I'm not making fun of anyone. An Uber is going to add up quick because from LAX, I can tell you the price because that's what I'm doing. I'm Ubering from LAX to I'm going to get into it next. The hotel. Hint, hint. The hotel is within walking distance of the event. Hint, hint. It's 6 minutes walking distance from the event, so I can save money from not buying Ubers because I could just walk to the event. You guys are starting to see how this adds up. So since it's so close to the event itself, my Uber from LAX to the hotel, I believe it's 35 bucks. Now, there are other ways to get there because the convention center area and the surrounding area is such a popular way. There are shuttles. I think Coop mentioned it earlier, the bus. You get on a shuttle, you get on a bus. There are places that I get there because it takes not max. It takes like I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say, but it takes like a big crowd of people wanting to leave from that airport to that area itself. So for your, I guess, benefit, it's cheaper to get there. And these shuttles, these buses, I'm not sure they have trains. I've been to the West Coast twice. But these ways of transportation will be cheaper. They're probably like $10 to $20 because it is not just you. It is a bunch of people going from point A to point B because it is a tourist destination. Now let's move on to hotels because that is a big one. For me personally, you can use Google, you can use Kayak, you can use TripAdvisor, all that good stuff. I personally like to use Orbitz. The reason why I use Orbitz is because it's just something I've been using since I was in the military. So what I do is stays once again. I know that I'm leaving on a Thursday because I decided to save a couple bucks and leave early, and I'm leaving on Sunday. So what I'm going to do is go to the Bandai site. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone to save time. But the Bandai site, I just copy and paste the address so I do not mess up. This is really huge, guys. If you book somewhere and it's not where you're being, that hotel is booked. So let me pull it up really quick. The zip code, and we'll be good to go. It's on my phone. 1 second. Actually, I want to show you exactly where I'm staying to because, in my opinion, it's something that's easily feasible to split between 4 people. It is the Hilton Pasadena. I'll just type in the name because I'm not seeing the zip code. Oh, here it is. It just says Pasadena. All right, you guys can laugh at my spelling. Let's see. Pasadena. Don't laugh too hard because I'll get you guys back in Swiss. Actually, that's a really bad example. Don't use Pasadena. Use the zip code. Just let me find the zip code because Pasadena is a really, really big place, and you'll be put somewhere that you do not want to be. I'm just gonna go to the Dragon Ball site really quick. You want to put the zip code when you're booking for hotels. Do not do it. Do not do that. That was an example of what not to do. Once you put the city in somewhere, it's like you putting Miami. Miami is so huge, but if you're trying to go to pro play games and then you put Miami, you can be 5 minutes away, or you can be 2 hours away. The same thing with Pasadena. So let's see this Dragon Ball card game. Here we go. The zip code is 91109. 91109. This is the most precise you can get to using finding the area you want to stay. So, really speaking, if you were to book a room between 1 and 2, it doesn't matter. The price is going to stay the same. If you're going to have three people in your room, it usually goes up by like $2-3. If we're going to have 4 people in your room, I want to say between like $6 to $10, but it's better. But you just want to stop at 4. Once you start getting to 5, you're gonna have to start booking suites. So let's just say for me, I'm gonna show you exactly what I did for the team. There's gonna be 4 people in the room. This is exactly what I did. So this is the exact. You can put the whole address, or just put the zip code. This is the exact zip code for the convention center. You just let it search, right? The search is happening. You're gonna do it by recommended, guys. What you want to do is get it as close to the event as possible. Where is it? These guys are killing me today. I guess I'll put the exact address in. Let's do it. I have it open and ready. 300 East Green Street, Pasadena, California 91109. Alright, so I put the exact address in. So once you put the exact address in, you will be able to sort by distance from address. Guys, this is huge. The reason why I say this is huge is because sometimes you'll see some super cheap flights that are super close to the event, meaning you do not have to use Uber to get from point A to point B once you're at the hotel. Now, this is the hotel that I'm staying at with the guys. It is, for the 4 of us a night, $162 per night, which is not bad if you divide that by 4. It'll tell you the total right here before you even click it, right? This is the second closest. The next closest we have, you could go to the Sheraton. The Sheraton is even closer than that. So I'm staying right here with the guys at the Hilton Pasadena. So for the Hilton Pasadena, they show you all the pictures. And they'll show you right here, look, Pasadena Convention Center, aka Nationals for Dragon Ball 2021, is 6-minute walk. Guys, once again, I do not have to spend money on Ubers, which is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Now, another big thing I usually look for when I'm traveling is if they have breakfast, like this is pre-COVID, right? If they had breakfast, it was a plus because that's one less expense I have to do. But right now, it's on COVID-ish. I don't really want to do it. Breakfast, like free, that's open. It's because it's a buffet style breakfast, right? For this particular hotel, breakfast is available, meaning it's not free. You can buy it probably a la carte, but there's hotels that if it says breakfast included is a free hotel. I mean, it's a free breakfast. Just more details of all the other rooms that you may want to book because the one they give you is going to be the cheapest flight or the cheapest price. You can get suites. Suites also have, they're more expensive, but they are bigger, and they also have like I think a pull-out couch. Let me click on one so I can just show you guys really quick. What is the suite? Like the studio suites, usually bigger. Exactly, you just have the pull-out couch and plus the 2 extra beds. So this is something you really want to do. Get it as close as possible. Let's say, hey, maybe these are just too expensive and you have to stay by price. Hey, let's just look at it real quick. Pick by price, right? So the lowest price you'll see it's pretty low. But guys, don't get it fooled where it's okay, cool. You can stay because I'm guessing these are like just houses and they're renting rooms out. And there's another hotel. It's like, okay, cool. This is something that's affordable. Me and my guys and I can split something for $343. Guys, don't get it fooled by just the prices itself. Because the hidden cost that you're not seeing, it's not just the hotel. It's the fact that instead of being a 6 minute walk away, you are now, let me see, just said it. You are now about 10 miles away. So now you being about 10 miles away, you just added 1, 2, 3, 4 extra costs because you're gonna have to now call an Uber to get there, call an Uber to get back to the hotel. That's the only day one. Day two, you're gonna have to call an Uber to get there again, and then you're gonna have to call an Uber to get back to the hotel again. So, did you really save what $40? I don't think so because 10 miles for Uber is going to be pretty expensive, guys. Let's see if you guys have any questions really quick before I move on. So I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information on this. All right, cool. Everyone is good to go. So we covered flights, we covered hotels. Once again, the biggest thing you want to do, it's not by price. This is something a lot of people like to do, and that's a common misconception. If you put the exact address on going to, when you sort by, it'll do distance from address. And then it'll pop, literally show you everything close by. My personal advice, guys, you can do it if you're really, really trying to ball on a budget. Do it distance from address, and then just scroll down, and then slowly look at the prices, right? There's Do you see this like the Marriott, which is $149 per night? Like you can do this, but I'm telling you guys, the further you go away from the hotel, I mean from the actual convention center, it's not gonna bode well for you because those prices are going to start to add up really, really quick. And then plus, why wouldn't you want to stay at the hotel that Team Flight CPG is gonna be there? Robbie, Ritzy, myself, Legends, the whole team, like literally the entire team is gonna be there. So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. Let's see if you guys have any questions because we hit the flights, we hit the hotels, and the way to get from and to the airport. You can either Uber, you can shuttle. A big one a lot of people want to do is rent a vehicle. Unless you're like me or like the 4 military guys, you have like a super good discount for rented vehicles. It is not good because yes, it's simple to go from airport to hotel. But realistically speaking, don't forget, unless you're at one of those hotels that are close by, if you think you're going to get a car to go to a farther hotel, which is cheaper, you will now have to bring the rented vehicle to the convention, which is going to add on more prices to you because now you have to pay for parking. And those parking, it's not going to be a joke. So that's something I would not really suggest to people. I would just either call the airport or find someone to get a shuttle. You can literally find it online to get a shuttle. You can Uber there for one time. You can take a party because right now Ubers are not doing the pool. So if you know you and your friends are going to leave from the airport together, you can split a $30 Uber, which is $10 a person, for a one-time thing to go straight to a hotel that is within walking distance of the event. There's a bunch of ways to get to these events, guys. Now, there's more. Let's say, okay, cool. Eddie, I did what you did. The cheapest flight that I personally found was still like $500 because I waited to the last second. If it gets that far and you really want to go to Nats, you can contact me personally because I did it for Juha. He wanted to go to Gen Con and waited 2 days before Gen Con to get his ticket from LAX to Gen Con, and it was like 500. It was plus. It's $500+. Now what I did was I had him fly from LAX. This is something you guys can do too. This is more complicated and more advanced, so I don't want to confuse you. So I'm not going to show you what I did. I'll just tell you, and I don't recommend waiting to the last minute. So this won't really apply to you. What I did was flew him from LAX to Fort Lauderdale. He met up with me in Fort Lauderdale, and we were on the same flight. So instead of him going to Gen Con with a $500+ ticket, he ended up paying less than 200. I think it's like 125 because the flight from Fort Lauderdale to Gen Con for me was like $52. So that's the flight he ended. I think the most he got was flying to Fort Lauderdale and back to California. Once again, his flight from Fort Lauderdale to Gen Con and back was 52, the same as me. Plus, I think it was maybe 80 or 90 something bucks to fly from LAX to Fort Lauderdale to meet up with me. And then when he got back to Fort Lauderdale to fly back to LAX, that's just how it is. Once again, don't recommend it. Don't wait till the last minute. Maybe you guys get paid this Friday. Get it this Friday. I would 100% get it before September leaves. Because as the next month approaches, I can guarantee it to you, it's a month closer because you have now left September. Prices will go up. May not be peak, but prices will go up. You saw how my flight was $99. That flight, I guarantee, will be at least 120, 130. And the longer you keep waiting after your land, guys, it's just going to keep going up and up and up. So, I mean, that's it. I don't really want to just keep saying the same thing over and over again. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you guys really have trouble finding these flights, you can hit me up. I'll do my best to find it for you. Yeah, that's all I have. I'm just gonna scroll these comments one last time, make sure everything is being answered and addressed, and then we'll cut off, and then we'll be back again on today's Wednesday. No, today's Thursday because it's midnight. Tomorrow, I guess, for Friday. And we'll be back with a team talk session on pretty much preparing you guys for Nats. So it's going to be really, really lit. Yeah, so I could put all the comments, questions, concerns. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will also add this post on the YouTube channel so you guys can just go over this and go over the tips and tricks. Once again, just to recap it, when you fly out, don't just put yourself in a situation where you think you have to fly on Friday. If you do have to fly on Friday, maybe you do. Just understand it's going to be a little bit more pricey than flying out on a Thursday or a Wednesday. If you have time on your hands, fly out on Thursday. Because sometimes between Thursday and Wednesday, it's like a $5 difference. But between Thursday and Friday, it's like a $20+ difference. So fly out on Thursday, right, guys? You'll get there. Make sure when you do get there, and do all this with a group. The biggest thing about groups is you're going to have a leader. You cannot just keep, hey, you got this, hey, you got that, we're going to do this. No. Someone's going to have to be the bad guy. Someone's going to have to sit everyone down and say, listen, by this date, X thing has to be done. If payments have to be in, payments have to be in. If payments are not in, we're going to book it without you. A lot of my team members just found out the hard way. When I said X who's going and you didn't have an answer, the room got booked. Some people don't have rooms and now looking for rooms. So, once again, you have to be a bad guy, guys, because the only thing that's going to happen is the longer you wait, trying to be the nice guy, prices will go up. So, understand that. Understand what you have to do. Don't bring on crazy bags. Just bring a backpack. You'll be good to go. Book early. Do not wait until the 3rd day mark hits to actually book. Just because I said you have between 3-month mark and the 30-day mark to hit, it's good. This is $99. This is 3 months, right? This is 30 days. This is $99. This is like 120. This is like 2 something, 4 something. It's going to be like past 500. But the closer you get to this 30-day mark, the more expensive it's going to become. And that's the best way I can leave it for you guys. So thanks for tuning in and see you guys on Friday.